Good morning. What follows is an extract from a podcast I recorded with Count and Sully from GameCast and Grant from Over the Edge. And it was entitled Best and Worst of 2018. And at the end of that podcast, we discussed what our hopes and fears would be for next year, 2019, and beyond. And that's what you're listening to here. So sit back and enjoy it. And if you do like it, go and check out the longer edition because that's also worth a listen. And I'll put links into the other guys in the description so you can go and check them out as well because they've done some Christmas content and they put out a lot of content over the year. But anyway, as I say, sit back and enjoy. But anyway, let's move it on because we've run over the hour now. So let's get into what we're looking forward to next year. So hopes and fears for next year. And what I will do is, we had this kind of thing last year in one of my videos, so I'll put a link into that and you guys who are watching this can go and have a look and compare and see if we were right last year and see if we are repeating ourselves or if we've got to eat humble pie or whatever.
Yeah.
So what are we going to hope for and fear for this year, guys? Who's going to take this one away?
Yeah. I bet last year it was something to do with loot boxes.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I hope for further legislation on loot boxes because the US court, well, what was it? The FTC have picked up on it.
Yeah.
And they're investigating it, so I hope that goes somewhere.
I loved the footage from that of the woman giving a long spiel about loot boxes and all the rest of it. And at the end of it, she said, "So will you look into this?" And the guy on the panel went, "Yeah." And that's all he said.
Yes.
Yes.
Great, nice.
We are going to look into it. Da, da, da.
Ooh, coming back to Motorola mods, one of the big speaker mods is half price on Amazon.
Uh-huh. Well, there you go.
I might get that.
Buy that one.
The thing is with next year, and this always happens, we're getting towards the end of a console generation cycle, although this one's been a bit weird, obviously, because of the iterative upgrades with the Pro and the One X. So my hope and fear is that we still get enough decent games released next year, that will carry us into the next generation, so that the crossover isn't messy in any way. I don't know. I hope that that's the case. We've still got Days Gone, etc.
Yeah, I was just going to quickly say, what are your thoughts on Sony pulling out of E3 and seemingly have probably already showed everything that is on the table for the rest of this generation?
Well, either they've showed everything or they're going to do their own special thing.
I think... I don't know.
I would suggest the latter.
Yeah.
I feel like they're done.
I think it's a mistake, personally. I understand the reason for it, and I don't know. I think going back to resting on your laurels, it's like, well, we don't consider it important enough this year. I mean, I can understand if you don't have enough to show. I do get that, and it's obvious they're probably, like others have said, they're creating their own event in order to reveal the PS5, but I don't anticipate that until 2020, though.
See, I feel like it will be next year. I think they're skipping next E3 and they'll do something at TGS and that it will be the PS5 reveal. And then we'll have a whole year into November next year when they'll drop it.
Well, if you think what they did with the PS4, they created a special event to reveal that, didn't they? And 6 months later it was out.
So I think like November 2020 they'll probably drop it and they'll reveal it towards the end of next year.
Possibly.
Yeah, but I mean, I think like... Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you, Grant. I think we're going to get like Death Stranding, Days Gone, and that'll see out. I think that's going to see out next year, and that'll be it.
Yeah,
I think that's it.
Yeah, because Last of Us isn't ready. I don't think. I think they're behind.
No. I think that'll be a cross-gen title, like a perfect cross-gen title. I had someone recently on Facebook ask me like, should I get like an X or a PS4 Pro? And I'm like, well, to really kind of put it in a nutshell for you guys, I was like, if you don't have either of these consoles and you really want one now, like I'd probably go the X, just because I think you're going to get more time out of it. But if you really are dead set on playing some of these exclusives, don't get a Pro, don't get an X, get a base PS4 on the cheap and just play those games and just be done with this generation.
Yeah, I would say that's sensible advice. And also it depends on whether you like multiplayer or single player games as well.
Yeah. He ended up getting neither.
Yeah. I mean, I got my PS4, I think, on sale, if I remember rightly. Like, not much less, but yeah, the full price for, unless you're a very serious user, now is a bit.
Yeah, I mean, he was only looking at it in terms of a power upgrade because he already had a base PS4, and I was like, dude, it would be very foolish to get one just to upgrade it for power now. Yeah, just wait.
You can
wait.
Yeah, you're going to be able to play. I will be utterly dumbfounded if the PS5.
If you can't play
PS4
games on that, yeah.
If that at least,
yeah.
And hopefully they'll have the power maybe to run PS3 as well, because there will, from what I've heard, there's a lot more power under the hood of these next gen consoles.
And they've apparently patented or trademarked some kind of technology for emulation as well in the last month or so, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
If I be, I'm hoping, this is one of my hopes, is that Microsoft have pushed Sony now to realise that actually backwards compatibility is a big thing. Even if people don't, some people play it a lot. I play backwards compatible games quite a lot. But even if you don't play them a lot, it's still a selling point for you.
Well, I think I'm probably going to give them just personally a little bit of the benefit of the doubt, because they're probably being a little bit coy and quiet now as they do lead into the next generation, and they will drop a lot of the stuff that we expect at the reveal.
I agree, yeah.
Or in the lead up to the reveal. So I think they don't need to do anything now. Like, here's the games, and then the narrative will change and strengthen into the next generation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we're hoping that Sony's gonna announce something next year for the PS5. Do you think we're going to actually see an announcement and maybe a reveal of the PS5 next year, or is that too early?
I think we'll see an announcement. I don't know if we'll see a reveal.
I don't think it'll be.
Yeah, that's where. Yeah,
but it might be. Yeah.
I think we're likely to see a reveal next year, but you never can tell. So if we tentatively say that maybe we'll see a reveal next year, we're not going to see very much. What about Microsoft? Are we going to see anything from them next year?
Dear Lord,
hardware-wise?
my hope and my fear is that my fear is we don't get Halo 6. My hope is we do get Halo 6. That's all I'm focused on.
Yeah, I mean, I give Microsoft a hard time. I honestly hope they come back next generation.
Yeah.
Because we need them. They're
going to come back swinging. Whether they win the generation is going to be open to debate, and we'll see as time goes on. But there's definitely going to be more competition in the marketplace next generation. If there's not, I would be so surprised. In the same way that I'll be extremely surprised if Sony don't have at least PS4 backwards compatibility.
Yeah,
I will be. Yeah, it's going to happen. It has to happen.
Yeah.
And I will be very, very surprised if Microsoft don't come out swinging with some more first-party stuff. If they don't, again,
makes you wonder.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I think the X has more legs than the Pro, just based on when their kind of release time frame and when they're acquiring these studios. You know, some of them probably have stuff in works now that Microsoft acquired with them. And some stuff that is going to works now we'll probably see in 2 to 3 years' time. And I don't think we'll see the X until probably at the earliest 2020, at the absolute earliest, the next Xbox. Maybe even 2021. Yeah, 2021.
Maybe 2022.
I don't think it'll be any later than 2021.
Even you could probably safely say that 2021 is when you see those new studios start bearing their fruits, which will align with that kind of launch window. So
depends, of course.
Yeah, they'll be going. We're announcing this title for the next generation.
Depends how along they are as well with some of the developments, because Forza Horizon developer, what's their name? I forget their name. Playground Games. Playground Games have started another studio, haven't they? And they started that. What was that, last year? I think there was already rumours going around about them working on another game, and it's been rumours that could be a Fable game.
That's right.
Sure about
that. And stuff these days, like, it really is like almost a minimum of 3 years. Like, if you're starting now, nothing turns around.
At the end of the day, you've got to give these.
No, it's not before that. Sorry.
Yeah, Far Cry as well. Dude, I thought that was an expansion. I literally thought that was an expansion. I had no idea until like 3 days later.
It's easy for Ubisoft though, because at the end of the day, it's all the same game with a bloody skin on it.
It is. If you look at Far Cry New Dawn, it's just fucking Far Cry 5 with a new skin.
Look, not just Far Cry. If you look at Far Cry, you look at Ghost Recon, you look at Assassin's Creed. They've all got basically the same mechanics. They're just basically a skin.
Oh, Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Assassin's Creed really did reinvent their own wheel, like with Origins. I think Odyssey's just improved upon it. But a real quick side point, guys. What is your favourite Far Cry experience?
First one.
Blood Dragon.
Yes, Blood Dragon.
Oh, Blood Dragon's ace.
Lock it up. Done.
I want to play that.
That's
actually.
the
I hear
best.
that it's really funny.
Oh,
It's got Michael Biehn in
Michael
it.
Biehn, just for having him in it, because his career
Yeah.
went on a bit of a nosedive after Terminator. So
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah, well,
nosedive.
yeah.
Stopped existing.
yeah,
Yeah, because he was in... Oh, what was he? He was in Aliens Colonial Marines in the same year.
in Aliens, wasn't he as well?
Yeah,
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 he's in
and he was also in Aliens Colonial Marines. They brought his character
Yeah.
Oh,
back.
crikey.
Enough about that.
Yeah.
Randy Pitchford's greatest hits.
Oh, yeah. Here's what I'm hoping. My hopes and dreams. Randy Pitchford actually admits that Aliens Colonial Marines wasn't that good. Good fucking luck.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to hear something about hardware from both of them next year.
Yeah, I think I'd be very surprised if we didn't hear something.
Yeah. I don't know what.
Should we just toss Half-Life in there while we're at it as well?
I mean, you kind of have to at this point. You know,
Well,
that's obligatory, isn't it?
they're going to have to go back to making games because Epic are now opening a store, aren't they?
Yeah.
So they're going to have some
That was
competition.
very present.
They are
at the Game
opening a
Awards.
store. Also, two separate developers that I'm aware of have already launched or are launching their games exclusively on that platform. Supergiant Games' next game is not on Steam, but it is on Epic Games' thing.
That was very present at the Game Awards, the Epic store as well. Just everywhere.
Yeah.
Well,
on
no
screen.
money, haven't they? And also, they apparently offering only 12% cut or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've
which
been
is-
offering it. Which is why Steam have cut theirs for bigger devs. Which,
I'm telling you, man, we've been talking about it for a while. Like, it's time to get nervous if you're Steam. There's a lot of stuff like
yeah,
jumping
I
in the
mean,
heels.
you look
Discord's
at Steam
doing
and it's
it now.
just Steam's full of shit, and it's just they don't have the whole consumer backing that they used to. They don't have this big reputation anymore, so the market's ripe for the taking. Really.
Well, they left all the bloody.
That's what it is. I think it's Super Meat Boy Forever is coming out on Epic Games Store.
Okay.
So competition.
Yes.
They'll sign up quite a few devs, I can see that.
Well, they got
Oh,
certainly
yeah.
got the money. They're not
And
short
you get
cash.
discount on the engine as well. You get discount on their engine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it was 5% or something like that.
Oh, is that on Unity?
Which if you-
Was
yeah.
that on the...
No.
Unreal.
Epic
Unreal.
Games' engine.
yeah.
They
Unreal, yeah.
Yeah, they own Unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't remember. It was some kind of rebate in terms of the cut you'd get from sales on the platform. So
Okay.
Journey has come to PC on Epic Games' store.
Oh, right.
Ah.
Great game, that is. I love that game.
I've heard good things.
Yeah,
I've not
it's
played it. But
One of
I've
the few
heard good
games that
things.
made me cry. So,
Oh, cool.
yeah.
I think.
It's kind of. It depends on how you... If you see games as
Yeah,
art,
yeah.
it's an incredible experience playing it.
Yeah. If we're talking about hopes and fears, though, if we're looking at the Epic Games Store, my fear is that they take their eye off the ball and do what Steam did. And we saw no Half-Life once we got Steam, and they just spent all their time looking at that. And we could see that Epic Games maybe focuses too much on that. So I'd be a bit concerned about that. But
well, I mean, that's always the case, isn't it? Like nothing can stay up forever, and everyone's gonna kind of reach a peak and piddle out, and someone else is gonna build upon their mistakes. Like that's just the circle of life, seemingly.
yeah. Because joking aside, I actually think Fortnite is a very well thought out game, and I think that if you look at the way they handle the seasons and stuff, it worries me a little bit, because I think that people like EA and others are going to be looking at that format and trying to replicate it, and I think it could get very bloody expensive if you're having to play season passes every 3 months.
Well, they are,
for
aren't
all
they?
your favourite games.
Yeah.
Having said that, though, their prices, while a little bit expensive, are up front. There's no loot boxes, and they don't actually affect gameplay. So I think they've done it a lot better than a lot of others.
As a way of doing this kind of game, they've probably done it better than most.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, we'd rather not see microtransactions at all. But if you're going to have them...
yeah, but at the same time, they're not charging for the game up front.
Exactly.
So it's a lot more palatable, isn't it?
Exactly.
And I think overall, you compare it to basically anything else with microtransactions in it, and it's so much better than any of those. But there is also, it's kind of become cool to hate on Fortnite this year.
Yeah, which honestly I don't understand.
It's very much a whole this is the popular thing. We don't like the popular thing.
Yes, exactly.
I'm a hardcore gamer, therefore I don't play Fortnite. Which
exactly.
Is, kind of an enemy mentality, you used to call it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, perfectly nailed on the head. That exactly right. I mean,
Can I say
personally
something very quickly about Epic Games' store again, by the way?
Yep.
Epic Games Store and our partners team up to give you a free game every 2 weeks.
Oh, cool.
From the 14th of December, American dates, to the 27th of December, you can get Subnautica for free.
Oh.
Yeah, cool.
Oh.
And from the 28th of December until the 1st of to the 10th of January, you can get Super Meat Boy for free.
There you go. Doing it better than Nintendo.
Brilliant. I'm going to grab
You
some.
really are trying to suck people in there.
That's a great way to suck people in.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw that and I was like, okay, I'm actually on board now. I am currently installing the client. But that's mostly because I want to play the. That's mostly because I want to play the new Supergiant game because I really like them as a dev.
I'll be getting on it for Super Meat Boy. I loved the original one. I've even got the physical collector's edition of that.
Cool.
There is that, but yeah, this game in there. It's in their style of hack and slash, like they've done with Pyre and Transistor, and it looks real nice. Oh, it's so swish, and it's all hand-drawn art, and it's gorgeous. I need it in my life, right now.
And we've lost him.
He's gone off on one, hasn't he? Right, look, I'm going to bring it back round. Hopes and fears for the year. Let's have your final thoughts on that. What if you could have one thing next year, what would it be?
Psychonauts 2 not being delayed again.
Okay, cool.
It's confirmed 2019, apparently.
Well, let's hope so then, for your sake. How about you, Graham?
Capcom see sense and take the loot boxes out of Resident Evil 2 Remake.
Ooh, yes. Yes, please.
Nice try.
Yeah, exactly.
Not going to happen, but, your hope is they're going to do what you say, that your fear is that they're not going to listen at all. And
Days Gone is not some half-assed zombie game, apart from that.
Oh, yeah. That could be a great game. It could be horrible.
I don't know about that one. I'm on the fence. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Sully?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't have a big horse in this race at the moment. Would it be too much? Would it be too much to ask for just a little less controversy and just a little bit more smooth sailing happiness across the board?
I don't have a big horse in this race. I don't play games anymore. It's all so above me.
I don't know. It's just it's the same shit on repeat, isn't it? Really, like loot boxes, big patches, broken games, weird sexist controversies happening within studios and publishers, and
I'm too young to be that cynical.
I don't know, just,
I'm the cynic. I should be the
recognise
cynic.
it, and my wish is that just a little less. Let's just have some games.
Yeah, let's I'll go with that.
Cut the bullshit.
We're in a situation at the moment where even if you try and say let's have less of that, that's considered controversial. Let's have less controversy. Oh, that's controversial.
No way.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we can just sweep some of the loot box stuff kind of under the rug with a little bit more legislation sooner than later, and just get back to playing games. Yeah,
that'd be great. Let's have more stories about companies like Skybound Games and more stuff from Nintendo about dropping crap.
Yeah,
and let's hear that EA have gone bust. And
Andrew Wilson is a hobo living in the street.
He got taken in a scam by some.
He's in a pyramid scheme all along.
And he's now destitute. Oh, there you go, Andrew.
Maybe
Have that
that's-
quid. There you go, mate.
Maybe that's what Anthem is. It's a secret pyramid scheme by the BioWare devs.
Don't put it past them, please.
Z-scheme.
Yeah. And on that note, hoping that EA go bust and everything in the garden is rosy, I think it's time for us to stop. So I'm going to put links to these guys in the description so you can go and find them. And I'm on some of their podcasts in their 12 Days of Christmas, is it, Sully?
I don't know. I think that's what we're calling it. I've just lost track now.
They've got
Consistency!
in their themed thing, something around Christmas.
7 days of Christmas from GameCast, which is just 7 Pocket Edition episodes landing in, around, and after Christmas. So that'll see us out for the year.
So check those out. And I'm on some of those as well. So don't let that put you off. And I think we're done. So, Grant, I would advertise your channel, but you've given up on that now. So sorry to hear that. But
that's all right. I've still got 2 more videos.
Fuck it,
So I'll put a link into Grant's channel as well, because he's still got a couple of videos that you guys should go and check out. And check out his back catalogue as well. And you know where I am because you're listening to my channel. So I will speak to you guys in the next one. And if you're listening to this around Christmas time, happy Christmas. And hope you have a great new year as well. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.